Respect, night genuine love, respect, past street. Appreciate time to the genuine ones only. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Hope your day coming along well so far. Have a safe week ahead of you. Protect your energy because not everybody's every good time. You know, sometimes we don't take credit when it's due for ourselves. Sometimes we overwhelm ourselves and allow everybody else's problems to be our problems, and we forget to reevaluate our thought process and say, you know what? I love myself today. You know, just walking down the block or, you know, just getting up out of the bed. You gotta acknowledge yourself, like, respectfully. You really gotta acknowledge yourself in a healthy way to say you love yourself, because God allowed you to see another day for a reason. And God was patient with you for you to be tuned into yourself today. You know, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. Sometimes we just gotta say we love ourselves. And regardless to what trauma you endured from a child point of view going into your adulthood, at the end of the day, you know, when God allowed you to see another day for a reason, God was in tune with you for a reason. And God is allowing you to see your best self vision of yourself, regardless to what storm you're going through right now of your life. And you're going to override it because God is allowing you to see another day for a reason. And to be patient with your process because God was patient with you. You know, to understand that for you to look at your reflection of yourself today and see at the end of the day, like, listen, I'm not where I was 10 years ago. I'm not where I was 5 years ago. I'm not where I was 6 months ago. You know, when it comes to your mental state and you elevating, trying to become your best self vision, and you're just trying to figure it out and just taking day by day and just trying to figure it out, you know? But you really got to reevaluate your thought process and say to yourself is, you know what? God was patient with me today. God allowed me to see another day for a reason. I love myself. And you got to genuinely mean it without wearing a mask. You know, sometimes we don't take the credit when it's due for ourselves. And sometimes you just got to acknowledge yourself. You know, you get up and do everything for everybody else besides acknowledge yourself. You can't do that. You can hear people say they love you all day long. Do you love yourself? And do you really mean it? You really got to look at your reflection. Some people can't even look at themselves in the mirror because they so disgusted what they've been through. They so disgusted to look at their own reflection in the mirror. But when God allowed you to see another day for a reason, God was in tune with you for a reason. God had a purpose for you. You may not understand your purpose today. You may not understand why God is being so patient with you, why God is allowing you to see another day. You may not understand it. But you know what? You never question God. Never question God. Because you know why? Questioning God is not allowing you to allow yourself to give yourself a fair chance. And I say that respectfully because all you're going to do is overwhelm yourself as to why. And you ain't going to get the valid answer until you actually put yourself first and acknowledge yourself to say you love yourself in a healthy way. You know, and to love yourself is to genuinely understand these tools that God instilled within us: self-awareness, self-respect, self-healing, self-control, self-discipline, self-care, self-value, self-worth, self-patience, self-peace, self-love, and self-confidence, and healthy boundaries, so you can become your best self-vision of yourself to elevate and understand the assignment within the assignment that you are the miracle within yourself to become your best self-vision of yourself. At the end of the day, it don't matter if your neighbor don't understand your walk of life. At the end of the day, it's not meant for them to understand. Especially when you don't have malicious intention to bring harm towards yourself and others around you. And you're just trying to maintain and have balance within balance of showing up for yourself. You understand the sign within the assignment that you gotta be patient with yourself. You know, you learn yourself every single day. You know, regards to who you helping, what family member you helping, and you taking care of this, taking care of that, you taking care of all the responsibilities at one time. Sometimes you really got to sit down and acknowledge yourself and say to myself, you know what, self, I love myself. God allowed me to see another day. God was patient with me for a reason. God is in tune with me to give me the strength to be able to help everybody else. You got to look at it like that sometimes, because without that strength, how you maintain, how you showing up for yourself? And I say that respectfully, how? You're not gonna be able to show up for yourself. And don't put too much on your plate that you can handle. Don't say that God is putting too much on God is allowing you to handle it when you overwhelming yourself and you have to sit in your own thoughts and say to yourself, you know what? It's too much for me. It's too much. You have to take time and regroup. Even if it's 20 minutes out of the day, regroup. It's okay to regroup. And find the balance within yourself to acknowledge yourself, to say, you know what? How do I balance this out? How do I even this out so I won't feel overwhelmed? Because, you know, it wasn't part of God's plan to live in fear and be discouraged and give up. That was never part of God's plan. God's plan was to be patient. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. That was God's plan. And for you to be in tune with yourself in a healthy way, to love yourself, to acknowledge yourself, to have genuine self-awareness, to know how to love yourself. Just because someone feels like they're not deserving of loving yourself at the end of the day, that sounds real personal on their behalf. But never allow someone to allow you to feel loving yourself as a crime because they're miserable and they don't want to see you elevate and become your best self vision of yourself. Don't stop that. nuh-uh. Stop that, stop that, stop that. That is not healthy. And it's not healthy for you and your mental state. It's not healthy for you at all. For someone to allow you to believe that you are not worthy, or for you loving yourself is a crime, because loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. And I say that respectfully. So protect your energy, because not everybody's having your time. People don't want to see you becoming your best version of yourself. Regardless to what tasks you're taking on and what shoes you're fulfilling and helping everybody else. But you still showing up for yourself, but you still have your time and your days where you trying to figure your mindset out, like, yo, I just need a break. You're deserving of that. But you got to reevaluate your thought process and acknowledge yourself that you love yourself, to have that balance within the balance, to understand that, you know what, your health is very important. And you got to make sure you good, so you can be good for everybody else. And I say that respectfully, because without your health, you nothing. And I say that respectfully. So take it easy, because God is patient with you. God is patient with you for a reason. And I say that respectfully. God is patient with you for a reason. So to tune into yourself is one day at a time, because God is tuning into you today. And God allows you to believe in yourself today. So love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. It's very important to acknowledge yourself. You know, when you get up in the morning, I love myself. You know, whatever you're going through, I love myself. I'm going to get through this day. I'm going to get through it. Don't talk about tomorrow, talk about today. Let's talk about today. We can't rush tomorrow. We got to talk about today. How are we going to fulfill today? What's going on today? We get tomorrow when tomorrow comes. And I say that respectfully. But be patient with your process, because God is patient with you, and God allows you to be tuned into yourself, to respect yourself, to know at the end of the day, like, you are worthy. Like, you are worthy. You are worthy, and you matter. And you deserve to be treated with respect 365 days with no malicious intentions to bring harm towards you or others around you. Never allow the enemy or haters, God, to suck at your thought process on your freedom. You are genuinely loved by all the right people. You are genuinely respected by all the right people. Just because someone gave up on you, don't give up on yourself. Just because someone overlooked you, don't give up on yourself. Protect your energy, because not everybody's having your time. You know, when it starts with healing, it starts with you. You gotta be, when it starts with healing, it starts with you. You gotta be genuine to yourself to understand that dealing with trauma, regardless how bad it is from your childhood going into your adulthood, you can't wear a mask, and you can't have one foot in one door, one foot in the other door. It would never make sense. But you got to be true to yourself and acknowledge yourself that, you know what, I mean what I say and I say what I mean, that I want to be true to myself to start my healing process. And it starts when you're mentally ready. You can't rush and do it. Nobody can force you to do it. You got to be mentally ready. And you gotta mean what you say and say what you mean. With change comes growth, and growth comes true understanding. To acknowledge yourself in a healthy way, to better days ahead. Protect your energy, because not everybody's having your time. You know, never judge a child of God because they elevate and becoming their best self vision of themselves because of whatever trauma they've been through in their childhood, and they went through their adulthood, and they went into their adulthood. They dealt with trauma from a young age, from their childhood going into their adulthood, dealing with trauma on top of trauma, that they overcame it, and they became their best self vision of themselves. Hey neighbor, never judge a book by its cover, and I say that respectfully. You sitting there judging a child of God, and then they allowing them to believe that God is not working in their favor, allowing them to believe that God is not worthy of their time. You never judge a book by its cover, and you never judge God, because you're only playing in your own face, and I say that respectfully. Hey child of God, continue to protect your energy, continue to become your best self vision of yourself, and to elevate. And don't have malicious intentions to go back and forth with words with your neighbor, because they're not in tune with you, because God is in tune with you. And you respect yourself, to love yourself, to honor yourself, to value your time. And you understand the sign within the sign. When you're dealing with God, you don't wear a mask to tune in. And you genuinely mean what you say what you mean, that you're true to yourself without wearing a mask, when you got peace with yourself. Continue becoming your best self vision of yourself. Continue to stay in your lane without having malicious intentions to bring harm to yourself and others around you. It's okay to understand the assignment within the assignment, that God got your back, and you are the miracle within yourself, that you are becoming the best self vision of yourself. Protect your energy, because not everybody's over your time. Respect. I should appreciate your time to the genuine ones only. Love yourself with God's protection for every direction. Now your genuine love, respect. Have a safe remaining day. Have a safe week, respect.